There's a sector here with episode 5 of Final Fantasy VII where we, I don't know, crawl up more ladders, bomb a place. These episodes are really inconsistent lengths. Because I end and start an episode at a save point. So it's kind of just random. You slide down here.
That sounds really dangerous.
Yep. And then you're like, oh, this one opened different. And then you realize, nope, it's the same as the last one. From this point. All the reactors have a little bit of difference, which I guess makes sense because you design most of them on the same template and maybe have a bit of difference or they don't be identical. Also, it probably just saves disk space.
That too.
And even though they had 700 megabytes, well, I think the PS1 discs are actually 600 megabytes of space because discs grew larger over time, just like DVDs grew larger over time. I mean, 7 had a lot of content, which is why it's 3 discs. 4 discs appear on PC, which is weird because you install it so you'd think that you could put super compressed data on the disc and then uncompress it on the hard drive. Or at least somewhat. Or at the very least, some of it will be on the hard drive, so some of it will be compressed on the disc and then uncompressed there. The rest would be on the disc, so you'd think you'd have the same amount or less. But somehow the PC version got one more disc. Not only that, it didn't play music, like audio files, it played MIDIs. So that should also mean that file size has cut down a lot, yet the PC version of 4 discs.
Yeah, that's weird.
I don't get it. Of course, the Steam version has no discs. Crawling down. And instead of just getting stuck here and there being an item, there's random pipes that come from nothing in the way.
That's just teleport room or something. I don't know.
Because they need a barrier and they probably get these pipe models and yeah, let's put them here. Actually, I don't think this is the exact same background. I think this one's like the same template, but they changed some minor details in the lighting. So it looks very much the same, but I don't think it's identical. This one might be identical. I'd have to do a side-by-side comparison.
Not for me.
I don't get these. I never got these monsters.
I don't know.
They're these weird fucking pipe beasts. I don't get it. And they poison you. Did I buy antidotes?
I don't remember.
I always cast Bolt on them. I don't know what's more effective or Poke with. And I always figure out that they're pipe monsters. They're made of metal. They conduct electricity. The enemy types, I wonder if they're just gonna do up, like, higher res versions of the original ones, if they're gonna change ones, or just gonna keep the original monster but then add more. They're probably going to do up res versions of a lot of them, considering they did some of that already in Crisis Core. But I don't think Crisis Core any of the weird pipe monsters.
Yeah.
I mean, since RPGs have a lot of enemies, especially JRPGs, they tend to
Trying to come up with a whole new roster would be kind of
they tend to get kind of weird. I liked how Final Fantasy X did it. A lot of the monsters did have new coats of color, but they were all consistent with the environment, so whenever they recoded an enemy, it looked like it was that environment. And some of them, the coats of color actually did change something, like the flans were color-coded, but the color of the flan actually did change the element.
Oh yeah,
So
I
we know
remember
a
that.
difference. And there's the same one right here, so I'm not going to end the episode right here.
I don't know why a flan is such a common enemy.
Final Fantasy started doing it in 8.
Or
I
like
think.
weird like drops or something.
Okay, the weird thing is that the flans in Final Fantasy 8 looked like the flans in 10. The flans in Final Fantasy 9 looked like actual flan. And then the flans in 10, looked like the ones in 8.
That's weird.
Except translucent, or more so translucent in 10 because better hardware. Uh-oh, Cloud's having an ear-piercing flashback. And maybe Tifa should be too, since that's her. So now we got motivation for why Tifa should hate Shinra. Apparently Cloud doesn't. There are explanations for that, but we have to get there. And I would spoil it now, but it's so far from now.
Yeah.
Especially since I might get details from it. So just not talking about it?
Probably the better option.
This time, the bomb, I don't know, did we attach it to a remote detonation? Because this time there's no timer to get out.
I don't
I mean, it's because of events is set up, but like that seems kind of weird and inconsistent, right?
Yeah, it does. How come later you don't have very many? I don't know.
I mean, it would be easy to bring up, it's like, oh, I found a better bomb design, or last time the remote didn't work on the bomb, so it just went off on timer mode. I mean, you could just put one piece of dialogue in there to fix that and make it seem consistent.
But instead they just don't mention it.
I wonder how much we changed. As much as I love the story of Half-Life games, it's kind of weird because in later games, sometimes they'll say that stuff in past games is retconned. They'll get rid of it.
Yeah.
Like there was stuff from Half-Life 1 and Half-Life 2 and stuff like that was retconned. And then some of the third-party stuff.
I don't know.
Some of it they keep, some of it they don't.
Some of it they might have to.
Those encounters are really close together. Oh yeah, with how much Half-Life changes story, I can understand if they do it, especially since Half-Life 1 was missing a lot of details. Okay, notice that Barrett's beard and tattoo are not changing colors with the rest of them.
Oh, why did you point that out?
I guess because since a lot of this isn't textured, these things only apply to the model, like the coloring on the models, but instead of it applying a filter over texture on the model, any textured part doesn't change colors. That's my guess, by the way. I could be absolutely fucking wrong. But that's my guess, since a lot of them are just shaded polygons, like or colored
that would
polygons.
make sense.
So that's my guess. I think in Final Fantasy 9 they just decided to put a poison icon next to them. Should I use items or no? The all hereditary has no limitations outside of that. Need an all material to cast anything on it. We'll figure out later. Again, I've beaten this game multiple times, but it has been a while. It's been years.
And it's a long game, you can't remember everything.
Like 4 or 5 things. Yeah, you find that you forget a lot.
Yeah.
You wanna get more soda?
Sure.
I'll put my cup over here. Serve me. Oh yeah, should bring this up. So the controls are not tank control, which is good, but because, you know, a lot of games did this whole static camera thing to get higher detailed environments, because you couldn't render all of this in real time, there was no way. You couldn't even get something that looked comparably close.
Is the bottom of this cup uneven? Oh, there's something in my okay. Never mind. Never mind. There's a Reese's Pieces.
But because of that, they meant the controls. It was a Reese's Piece, it was one of them.
Okay, it was a Reese's Piece.
You can have a Reese's Pieces. Please enter.
Well, a Reese's Piece also sounds awkward.
But because it's all relative to the camera, the controls are relative. So I'm holding forward, I go through this door, I go here, hold the same direction, I go through there. So if you keep holding the same direction, you have to figure out sometimes what directions mean what. Now I'm more used to it because I played this game many times, I've spent many hours, like hundreds of hours in this game, so I know, and I don't get stuck that much. A new player will definitely have much more difficulty with this than I do. And you may think, well, if it's that awkward, why didn't they go with tank controls? Play Grim Fandango on console, or the new PC release, and switch it to the original tank controls. And then you'll see why. It has a bit of the same problem. With tank controls, forward moves you forward, and then left to right instead of moving you left to right. They rotate you. So the thing is, both of those control schemes are awkward. And there wasn't really a ton of way around it for the time, because it was due to technical limitations of, well, we want to render it on screen in this quality, and we can't if we do it in real time.
Yeah.
Nowadays, that pretty much never happens. I mean, even most handheld games nowadays are full 3D. Some, which I've seen Bravely Default, does that whole 2D thing, but they're much smarter in choosing their camera angles, so that isn't as much of a problem. Especially since they can have different camera angles in Bravely Default, because it has more VRAM than the system used to have, so they can render larger images and higher detail on screen at once. And also, you know, with a lot of problems, you're like, well, they could just do this. Well, like, it isn't immediately obvious when you're first executing it because you come up with that initial idea and then later you come up with improvements. So even though, yes, they technically could have done a lot of things to improve UI and it wouldn't have limited hardware or other things like that, it was just, it took us time to figure these things out. I say us as if I'm a part of the games industry.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a big...
I'm pretty sure you'd have to be a time traveler to be dealing with those problems.
Or just have to be designing games without without really knowing how to design games. Like, I've designed a game, I'm designing a game, but I've never really played one.
Or if you were just like...
Design a game of a genre I never played.
Or if you were designing a game when you were like 6.
Oh.
Then you wouldn't need time travel.
Also, fun fact. The reason that some of the things, and this is about a totally different game, that GoldenEye, like 007 GoldenEye, did were innovative, is because a lot of the people who worked on the game had never designed a game before. They came from outside, so that also meant it did innovative things. But because of that, it also meant it did things like really poor control schemes. And you may think, well, that's because of the N64 controller. The games kept doing that after the N64.
Yeah, true.
Oh, this part. Oh,
Though
I hate this
the
part.
controller didn't help. It's already awkward by itself.
I hate this part. You gotta press A, and so you hit the button at the same time. But it does it at a delay because you pull. It starts an animation where you pull your arm up and then you swing it down.
Oh.
The thing is, you only control it with Cloud. The other ones, you'll remember this.
Oh, yeah.
I hate this segment. Okay, I got it first time, and that was a
that is
fucking
so
fluke, and that's because I've
lucky.
done
Oh
this a
my
lot.
goodness.
Usually I spend a good 5 minutes on this segment, just pressing A and going like, what the fuck? It's before a major boss fight. Nah, this episode's gonna be long. I don't know, to make up for the boring episode. To keep my episodes really inconsistent.
There's only so much you can do about that.
Like, the first episode was like 15 minutes, and the second one was like double the size.
Where the save points are all scattered is.
I could do what a lot of YouTubers do, which is where they record all in one session, and they have an alarm go off at certain time periods to tell them before stop recording. Because of my weird, unpredictable recording format, because I don't have a set place to record, and things are hectic, and yeah, I do it this way. I should probably do it another way. And especially with an RPG, that means you have to be, I don't know, like, since you can't save at any time, it's a lot harder to do that. Which I hope they add saving any time as a feature.
They should.
They should do what Bravely Default did, where you could save anytime you wanted, but then they also had save points to remind you to save. Because in games where you can only save by manually saving, you can save wherever you want. You might play for a long time, forget to save, and then die. And in JRPGs, it tends to be that when you die, you have to go back to your previous save. Although in Persona 4, in hard difficulties, you had to go back.
Yeah.
So on the hardest difficulty, you had to go back to your previous save. At hard, I think you had to go back to the beginning of the dungeon. Normal, you had to go back to the beginning of that floor. Easy, you could restart that battle.
I think I was on, like, medium.
Yeah, we were both on normal.
Oh, normal, yeah.
I'm switching
Same.
between difficulties now because on New Game Plus, you can switch difficulties anytime.
And you don't need all that grinding.
Yeah, so I'm switching to easy mode most of the time, which not only makes battles easier, but you can increase the amount of money and experience you get.
Wow, that's cool.
Oh, here it is. The president of Shinra, he knew we were coming here. So which means he must have someone, he must have our place bugged. So he probably already knows where we are. Because we didn't attack them in order. We either attacked the number 1 or the number 8 at the very beginning, I can't remember, but now we're at the number 5. Although, I guess he could have... He probably could have guessed maybe because the train went on high alert, so they knew we were here, and then we jumped off so they couldn't find us, so maybe they were able to guess when we got off. That probably makes more sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. We just happen to be here. shouldn't you be out?
No.
Also, if I were the president of Shinra, maybe I'd set up video screens here.
Right?
Because this reactor will explode. He snapped his dawn fingers. I'm sure the data he'll extract from your dead bodies will be of great use to us in the future experiments. So weird. You can higher res like this. The thing is, I thought it looked better on lower res because a lot of details aren't there, but because it's all pixely, you're like, those details are there, I just can't see them right now. And so you kind of imagine more detail than there really is. Although I believe that for the most part, a lot of games look better at super high resolution. Like,
Yeah.
I wish we could just look at all old games that run in the modern resolution because they look so much better. Like, a lot of even modern games or even games from 7th gen just look much, much, much better when you have the resolution. So this is the first real boss. As you can tell by the music here. Hopefully you like it. I like it, but then it's one of those things where I'm like, I played it growing up, so maybe this music sounds really dumb.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Uh-oh. It's doing a special move.
Because, like, I have memories of seeing, like, the Genova song, like, on the playground in, like, elementary school.
That's me just singing noises because the song has no lyrics.
Shut up. Yeah. Like humming.
Oh, what?
I know I'm like, other kids probably thought I was weird. You know.
No. This is on the other side because we're split into a formation. Don't attack me. I was gonna use Cloud's Limit Break. Oh yeah, I was talking about Tifa's Limit Break. Yeah, I was with the slots. The thing is, so everyone they unlock different moves as their Limit Break levels up. Oh, I already beat it.
Oh.
Well, Tifa, instead of unlocking different options, it just adds more slots for each of the different moves she gets. And so what you get in the slot decides whether or not. And then she executes all the moves that you got in a chain, which is cool. That was quick. I was worried someone might die. It went all artifacted because it was a cinematic, and then it went back to pixely. I guess they didn't re-export the backgrounds. Maybe they lost all the original models.
They might have. A lot of people don't keep all of them. Unless you're Oddworld, then you keep everything.
Because Oddworld's smart. They shut themselves down instead of letting EA kill them so they could start up later. But take care of Tifa, because she's a girl, even though she's probably physically stronger than all of us.
Yeah. Which is weird because Barrett has giant arms. No, I guess he only has like one, but Cloud dies, end game.
I know some of the cinematics don't use the cinematic models, they just use...
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, because some of them use the in-game models, the actual in-game models run in real time over the cinematics. Some of them use higher res versions of the in-game models.
Pretty inconsistent that way.
And then some of them use actual things. Hopefully we get rid of pre-rendered cutscenes. And it's just all real time.
Yeah.
Since graphics is much better now. I don't know what that accent was.
Dr. McBrayer.
What?
Dr.
Dr. McBrayer?
Yeah.
Charles Perry? No one's gonna know what that means.
No, not really.
Unless someone that went to the same middle. Oh, it moved. It.
It.
It? Excuse me. Just because I'm a human unicorn. A joke which I will never stop using. Yeah, again, you're wondering how to land the house. Because, you know, Midgar,
Yeah.
upper plates and lower plates. I fell through the reactor, through a church, below the plate.
Okay, but the church already had the floor broken up
Yeah.
like that?
The church already had the floor broken. The ceiling must have broken for the sunlight to shine through to let the flowers grow.
No,
So I
okay,
always
now
wondered.
I'm confused.
Although, I would say they showed Zack in Crisis Core broke through the same way Cloud did. Because he does a lot of things Cloud does, but there's a story explanation for that. Which...
Yeah.
But again, the flowers are already growing there.
I don't get it.
So I thought, oh, will that explain? Nope.
Either that or you were lying there for a really long time.
Okay. You got how deep those flowers are? How far? No. You did. Wow. You got up really quick for having no spine anymore. Video games, though, you know. I wonder if it's some form of symbolism. Probably not. There's no reason flowers only grow into this one particular place where I live and there's a church. And you saw me earlier in the game, and I'm pretty sure everyone knows that I show up later in the game.
But that character design, come on, it's pretty obvious.
She doesn't look like generic NPC, so she has detail on her character. She must be a main character. Should I?
Because she looks like a Slumberg, totally. I don't know.
Yeah, you have to figure out on your own. Thanks for giving me one gil.
What are you gonna do with that? Is that like a penny? Some poop like that?
Yeah, I have materia. You know, even though this isn't true, I just always assumed she had like an all materia or something, and she didn't have an equipped in joint slot with anything else, so effectively it'd be useless. See, I feel like talking. Do you feel up to it?
No.
Blank space. Say, this kind of looks like a design on a 90s website because gradients.
Yeah.
I have to check my flowers that are literally right here.
I'll just be a minute.
Am I damaged?
Did she plant those there on purpose or something? I don't know.
I don't have anything to say. Just taking up recording time with Steam Overlay. My name is... What's my name? Okay, should I keep her Eris? Or, because of a translation error, her name's actually Aerith.
I don't know. Whichever.
We're going with Aerith because that's what it is in the movie and the games that were made afterwards.
So, yeah, they're probably gonna keep
It was in
that.
proper translation. So we're gonna do it Aerith just for consistency's sake.
I used to always say Arius, even
Also-
though it's not even spelled that way.
Also, I might change Red 13's name because Red 13, you know, that's his experiment name.
Yeah.
He has an actual name, so I might change it to that actual name.
Yeah, because I'm sure he appreciated continuing to be called his experiment name the whole
I
time.
said my experiment's name for Red 13, but you can call me whatever you want. Red 13. Oh, edgy. I'm gonna make sure Final Fantasy 13's the edgiest game.
Whatever you want. Butt muffin.
Yeah, I do whatever's needed because I'm the main character, so I'm built to be flexible. Cloud, don't let it get to you. That guy's an it. She just thinks people are things. I'm a mercenary, so... Okay, so she says, how about I go out with you once? We do all this stuff in Crisis Core where Zach offers to be Aerith's spotting guard and then says, you can pay me by going out on a date. And then she rejects him. So then the stuff comes back. Cloud. Which, if you know the link between them, it's somewhat amusing. Because Crisis Core takes place before FF7. I'm not sure if we're gonna beat Crisis Core because there's a stupid stealth section. That game's not built for stealth.
I hate stealth sections.
I don't like stealth gameplay. Stealth games aren't bad, I just don't like them, and I'm really bad at them. And there are other games that I'm bad at that I like. But stealth games, I'm really bad at. I do like how they portrayed Reno in Advent Children, though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Oh. And don't step on the flowers.
That hurt.
So I'm super acrobatic, so I can make the jump.
Right? Just leave her behind.
Because I'm a super soldier. And she's wearing a dress.
Right? What?
Which, depending on the kind of dress,
That-
make it way harder. Oh,
See, that was dumb.
they shot, I don't know. And then I slid down because, like, I don't know, like, this, like, my left side was all lubricated or something. Okay, so this part, you can knock down these barrels to try and help her out. Although, which one correlates to which is kind of weird. I think I might have it memorized, but if not, then you have to fight them with just Aerith. Oh, by the way, oh, I can't do it. I can't give her materia. This barrel? Oh yeah, there are random battles in this, but
On the rafters?
They just wait.
What?
What was this happening? Yeah, there are these monsters that are just in the church. Fire monsters in this decrepit wooden church.
Wait, what were they called? Hedgehog pie?
Hedgehog pies. Yep. Video game.
Hedgehog
I
pies.
mean, you may think video games are absurd now.
Those don't look like pies to me.
They were kind of more absurd in the 90s.
Especially ones with bad localization.
But even a lot of Western game stuff.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I think I have it memorized.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I thought maybe
Testament
it
to
was
how much I
on-
played the game because it doesn't even look intuitive.
No, not really.
I just gotta wait.
Right, what?
Can you hit her with all these barrels? Is it this one?
What if it isn't? Oh, it is. I would have worried that it would have hit her.
I think you can hit her.
Oops.
And then, oh wait, no, everyone's
Well,
super
now
acrobatic.
she got the jump?
Well, last time they were shooting at her feet.
Oh, yeah.
We gotta do this because we made this camera angle and it takes up disk space, and even though this scene isn't very long, we just have to. Good job, Aerith. Also, even though she has a dress because of polygons, she still has legs anyways. I think that still happens sometimes, because they build the engine to function with 2 legs, so even though the dress goes over both, it kind of moves as if it were
Like,
pants.
yeah, that happens a lot.
because the thing is when you mocap it, I don't know if we can mocap a dress. So you just mocap human legs?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
And cloth simulation is really hard. Maybe this gen will get it down. I was gonna access the menu. So look at this scale. That's the top of a house. Again, that's something that will hopefully be fixed. I mean, if it isn't fixed, I'm gonna be really angry. So I expect it to be fixed. And then where the fuck are these giant stone pillars from? Cloud laughed. That's not angst. Or he just moved his shoulders up and down. We can't tell. We assume he laughs. Also, you dress like someone who's in Soldier.
Still. That turtleneck though.
Okay, I'm gonna give Aerith Restore just because her character's built to be the healer anyways. So I kind of you're gonna be offensive magic. But wait. You get the Titan Bangle.
Her bangs though. I suppose they're not ridiculous in comparison to Cloud's hair, but
Sephiroth has the same crazy ass bangs.
it's just impractical.
Cloud's getting all the offensive material to keep her MP up for healing spells.
I feel like it's super 90s.
Super 90s, yeah, moves.
Yeah. Though it's not as absurd as stupid Seymour.
Oh, Seymour.
Seymour's hair is ridiculous.
Do yourself a favor. Look up Seymour Final Fantasy X on Google Images.
His hair is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think he wins in that respect.
He even beats Cloud.
Definitely.
As hard as that is to believe, he even beats Cloud. Should I be done recording tonight? Or should I do another episode?
I don't know. It's like 1:18.
We're probably gonna stay up anyways.
Probably, yeah. I'm not that tired.
But maybe done recording so that way we're not tired.
Yeah, because I don't know how long it'll be.
Alright, so that'll be done for me recording for a while, and I'll be back with another episode of Final Fantasy VII in which I'll continue being unprofessional. I'll continue stumbling over the things I'm trying to say, and I don't know, more problems with scale between the models and the environments. There's a lot of it.